Hey guys, listen, this video deals with some pretty heavy stuff, including the subject of violence against children. You have been warned. If you don't want to stick around, I totally understand that. I will see you in the next video. Anyone who was on the internet around 2017 probably remembers a legitimately massive YouTube channel called Daddy of 5. Daddy of 5 was the unholy matrimony of family channels and prank channels, and if that's already sending out red flags, oh, trust me, it was bad.
What are you doing? I'm gonna give it to Emma.
No, you're not.
I'm gonna give your Xbox to Emma.
You're the worst dad ever.
So, after the internet kind of caught wind of exactly what was going on, the family went into a strange crisis mode. Originally, they were defiant, proudly proclaiming, "Oh, we can't see the haters, ooh." But after it was clear that people were pushing for the family to see real-life consequences, eventually the parents took it seriously. Privated all their videos and socials, button-up shirt with a professional apology, the whole 9 yards. I'm kind of surprised that Mike, the father, didn't break out a ukulele or bring in a dog. Well, maybe not the ukulele. Mike is a little too white trash for that. Maybe a banjo instead. After the actual real-life police were brought in and investigated what happened, surprise, surprise, the family was charged for child neglect. Well, they're back. Actually, they've been back for a while now. For some of you, this might actually be old news. But I want to go over why I still think this is a problem, and why I don't think Mike or his wife Heather should be allowed on this platform. So it's been quite a few years since the whole daddy debacle, or as I like to call it, the dadbacle. If you'd like an in-depth recap, I'd suggest watching Nerd City's 3-part roundup of it back in 2017. But we'll go over a little bit of it here, just as a retrospective. Essentially, Daddy of 5 was a family prank channel focused around Mike and Heather Martin and their kids. It was created in 2015, and at its peak had about 750,000 subscribers. Which in hindsight, just wow. The channel ambled around until they finally found success with the Xbox destruction prank. After that, it was nothing but family pranks from then on. However, unlike your old school Joey Salads or Prank Invasion, there were no angry actors or mommy makeout days. Instead, there was abuse. Lots and lots of abuse. Eventually, this abuse would get recognized by the internet. The first really large channel to call out Daddy of 5 was Philip DeFranco, who made several videos about the abuse that the Martin family children had to deal with. After several other channels, such as H3, Nerd City, and several others began picking up the story, Mike and Heather probably realized they were screwed. They privated all the videos on the channel and eventually released an apology, which was the only video available on the channel until its eventual deletion by YouTube. At that point, though, the family had already abandoned the channel and had moved on to Mommy of 5's channel, which eventually was renamed to Family of 5, and became the Martins' new primary channel. However, eventually in 2018, YouTube would delete both the channels and the Martins would lose their access to the site. After losing access to the site, the Martins created their own website where they would host videos through a subscription service. Also on the website was a blog, which proved once and for all. If you go to the Martins website, you'll be greeted by quite a few things. But if you scroll down, you can check their blog section. And woe be to all ye who enter here, because this is where the Martin parents' immaturity and cruelty really takes it up a notch. And these entries aren't just from 2017. They're only from a few years ago. That last one was literally just last year, and they're just as cruel now as they were back then. Maybe even more so. If you read these blogs, you're gonna see they don't think they did anything wrong. They don't think they abused their kids. They think the backlash was all due to individual YouTubers and the media essentially painting them in a bad light. They blame Rose, the original mother of Cody and Emma, for a lot of what was going on with their family. They literally blame everyone but themselves. And this might be expected, you know, if you're dealing with kids. But these are adults. Adults in charge of children. That's not acceptable. And it hasn't changed. That's the thing that gets to me. There's a million reasons why people might, you know, move on and forgive these people. But unfortunately, all those reasons seem to be wrong. You know, oh, well, that was so long ago. Maybe they looked back and realized how wrong they were to treat their kids that way. Nope. The blogs prove that's not the case. Oh, well, maybe they learned their lesson and they're more open to criticism and listening to the opinions of others. Nope. Their latest blog post shows they're just as defiant, maybe even more so, and just as antagonistic against their critics. Well, I mean, that's all well and good, but the kids are mostly grown up, right? No, they just had a new one. A new child in the Daddy of Five house. The Daddy of Five house that didn't think they abused anyone, who is still telling the world, fuck you, we didn't do anything wrong. The household that to this day is still on YouTube. How's that make you feel? Because in my opinion, I'm not the biggest stickler for rules, right? I wasn't exactly the kid who raised their hand when kids were being rowdy in class. I'm not Wendell, or whatever the hell his name was from Recess. But this is one of the times I just have to put my foot down. YouTube has already banned multiple channels run by Mike Martin, and according to YouTube's terms of service, once you personally are banned, you're not supposed to be able to make any alternative channels. And now we know that YouTube doesn't actually care about this. Keemstar and the Drama Alert channel have proven that YouTube is quite willing to turn a blind eye to their own rules if the channel is making them enough money. But one, I can't imagine that the Martin family YouTube channel is making Google fat stacks. And B, this is obviously Mike's channel. Like, the whole excuse is that the channel is run by the kids, right? And by this point, that's just obviously not true, right? Now, do I think anything is actually going to happen because of this video? No. Most people who would know about this issue have probably already moved on with their lives. But let it never be said that I'm not a petty bitch. No, but seriously, this is just something that has personally bothered me ever since I saw that Mike is still online. Still being allowed to produce content for YouTube after everything that he did to his kids. And I don't think that sets a good standard for content creators. I think it tells people, hey, you can make content about breaking the laws around child neglect and just farm tons of money and clout, and as long as you get your kids to make a new account for you, hey, welcome back, have fun. I don't think that's a good message, do you? So, yeah, once I got on here, I just felt like I kind of needed to make this video. And if there's any justice in the world, maybe Mike won't be around here much longer.